Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. If you just join us, it's happened about 2 hours ago. Man United and Ronaldo are about to part ways. Like the game in Resident Evil, separate ways. Man United and Ronaldo have parted ways. He's not just done an interview. I think this interview was previously done. It's now been released. But it's going to be shown on Wednesday, 8 p.m. UK time on Piers Morgan show. And Piers Morgan has said is sensationalizing it in serializational parts, dropping hints on what is going to happen or what we're going to hear. So I'm going to give you snippets of what is going on. Ronaldo, he's talked about Eric Ten Hag, that Eric Ten Hag does not respect him, so he does not respect Eric Ten Hag. He is the current manager of Manchester United. So him saying that, I think, is kind of offline, off limits. I think for you to say you don't respect your manager, he doesn't respect you, so you don't respect him. He talked about some people, senior ups, who wanted him out the club this season and wanted him out of the club last season. He talked about when Rooney being jealous of him still playing and he retiring. He talked about uh, the Glazers, how they've ruined the club. He talked about. I'm gonna give you points. I'll just give you points of what he said. That how the Glazers ruined the club. That what he saw in the club in 15 years ago is still there now, which means the club has not improved. The club has not gone forward. He said, he did say, Alex Ferguson knows the problems with the club, that the club has not evolutionized since Alex Ferguson retired, which is a shame. He's literally saying that the club is badly run, and I'm going to give you snippets now. So I'm going to just read them out as I see them. Okay, let's go. Right. United have betrayed me. That's the headline of the Sun newspaper in UK this morning. Disrespected Man United have betrayed me and have made me a black sheep, says Ronaldo in an explosive Piers Morgan interview. The interview is 90 minutes. It's bad enough. The snipping, the snaring, the needless blame game bullshit that has been flung to him over the past few months. So Piers Morgan is simply saying they've snared, they're literally trying to make this guy the black sheep. So let's go into some details. Ronaldo currently said he has not been respected by Ten Hag, and he doesn't show he said Ten Hag does not respect me, so I have no respect for him. Okay, let's go into that situation. Right. Cristiano Ronaldo is supposed to reveal that he cannot respect the boss, the current Man United boss, because he does not show me respect, does not show any respect for me. The Portuguese icon Ronaldo made a stunning return to Old Trafford in the September 2021 from Juventus, 11 years after departing for Real Madrid. The top scorer with 24 goals for the club last season, but the failure to qualify for Champions League led to him wanting to leave the club this summer. Okay, we get that part. Uh, it's a lot. So I'm going to just summarize bits of it. The transactions, which included Ronaldo and the Dutchman for the months, was, United wanted to get Freddie de Jong, but they never got him. He didn't think the club was ambitious. He said, Piers Morgan said, Ten Hag, I don't have any respect for him because he doesn't respect me. If you don't have respect for me, I'm never going to respect you. So he's talking about. So that is the part that I feel a bit confused. When you walked out the club, when you didn't come on as a sub against Spurs. You got suspended, you got fined, you came back, they made you captain, you led the team out. And when during the season, if you remember, Eric Ten Hag says he wants to work with Ronaldo. Ronaldo is part of his plan. So they say there are two sides to a coin. There are two sides to a story. There's the one side, second side, and there's the middle part. So there's red, green, and amber. Amber is where we are now. Green is Ronaldo, red is United. Okay, let's go back. Now, he's talking about the club now. When I came back to the club, they stuck in Fergie time. The progress was zero. Cristiano Ronaldo claims that Man United have not moved from Sir Alex Ferguson era in a brutal verdict. Cristiano delivered a slamming verdict on Manchester United by claiming the club has not moved on since Alex Ferguson era, which was 2008. He left the club in 2009, 13 years ago. The superstar let Ripper club that, but Eric Ten Hag exclusive to the with Piers Morgan today. It was released today. Cristiano Ronaldo records Man United have made no improvement since his time under Sir Alex Ferguson. That's embarrassing. You would have thought modern technology, the club would improve in training, but he said no. When Ronaldo told Piers Morgan, the progress was zero. Since Sir Alex left, I saw no evolution of the club. Nothing has changed. Alex Ferguson, knows better than anybody at the club that the club is not on the path they deserve to be. He knows. Everyone knows. Only people who don't know must be blind. The people who don't see that is because they don't want to see. They are blind. I think the fans would know the fans should know the truth. I want the best for the club. This is why I came to Man United. But you have some things that don't help us reach the top level as City, Liverpool, and even now Arsenal. A club with this dimension should be top of the tree, in my opinion, and they should, but they are not, unfortunately. This is him talking about the club. The club is nowhere where they should be. It's sad. He said even Arsenal now. That's oh, ooh, that one hurt me. That one, not even Arsenal now. Um, Ronaldo hits back at Wayne Rooney over criticism before hilariously comparing his looks with ex-Man United. Cristiano Ronaldo fired back at Wayne Rooney after being criticized by former teammate this season in an explosive interview with Piers Morgan. Okay, we know that. Cristiano has fired back at Wayne, claiming criticism from his ex-England captain. Ronaldo believes Rooney is jealous, but because he's still playing at the top level. And on top of, and another pop out was that the Portuguese veteran also reckons he is looking better than his old strike partner these days. Ronaldo and Rooney, both 37, enjoyed the illustrious spell at United together between 2004 and 2009. They played together. They won the league titles. They won the Champions League. They won the World Club Championship. They won the League Cup. They won all the trophies there. Uh, he also talks about Alex Ferguson was his father figure. He talked me out of joining Manchester City. He said, I can't allow you to join Man City. He said, yes, boss. He said, I followed my heart instead of following my head because I love this club. That's why I decided to join Man United back. And Ronaldo also revealed as Alex Ferguson persuaded him to join the club than and snub Man City. Ferguson phoned the star and convinced him to rejoin Man United after 14 months. 14 months ago. He was heading to United's greatest rival City. Then a personal appeal from his great mentor and father figure drove him back to where he started. During an exclusive interview with Piers Morgan, the five-time Ballon d'Or winner tapped his chest and said, I followed my heart. Mm, 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 mm. Okay. In his first game back at Old Trafford, the self-styled Theatre of Dreams, he scored twice in a 4-1 victory over Newcastle, and cheered on and the stands, and it was a weeping moment. Okay, we get that part. Uh, Ronaldo finished as top scorer, 24 goals for the club last night, but their failure to qualify for Champions League under the former boss Ragnick led him to wanting him to leave this summer. After his much publicized failure to secure a summer exit, Ronaldo has been forced to play a role largely from the bench. We can see that. And this match action largely restricted into cups. He has only managed to score 3 times since Ten Hag took charge of the start of this campaign. Hmm Oh God Almighty. So, so if we go back, so if I go back to what he's saying, so we're gonna give you more information on this. He said during when the summer tour was on the preseason, but remember, the club wanted him to be on the tour to sell more tickets, to sell more merchandise, to sell more, and because Ronaldo is a fan draw, he's a magnet to merchandise. But since he wasn't on that tour, Man United were not happy. He said the club did not show any empathy when his daughter was sick because he had to be. Remember, his daughter lost. They lost their son, who was the twin of this child, who was sick now. So they lost a child. He wanted to stay in hospital for the other child who survived. He said the club didn't show no empathy. That they even questioned if she really was sick. And I think that's a low blow. That's a low blow. I mean, you can't stoop that low. I mean, come on. Woo, that's deep. We should be talking about Garnacho's win against Fulham, but now we're talking about Ronaldo and Man United going separate ways. This reminds me of the Roy Keane incident when Roy Keane said Quiros did not disrespect him, and Roy Keane told the talked about all the players how bad things were. Alex Ferguson they terminated his contract, but this is a guy still under contract to United. I think this contract is over. I don't see him coming back after the World Cup. I think he's done. Tell me what you think about this. Is Ronaldo wrong to criticize the club? Still under contract with the club? Um, the points he made, the club has not grown. The club has not improved since he left. The facilities are poor, not up to technology is poor. The state of the art is poor. They've not improved anything. They don't look like they challenge for nothing. They're just there. Ownership is bad. That some people wanted him out of the club, even yet. So you notice they make him the black sheep. They blame him for everything. So he said the club has betrayed him. The club has let him down. He said Ragnick. He even said he doesn't understand how they get a director of football to manage a club who's someone who's never managed before. He said that should not be happening at a club at Man United. And he said he had never heard of the guy. It's funny how he never talked about Ole, who was an absolute failure, but this is so much to comprehend. So I'm telling you guys, as United fans, what you think. Drop your comments. Don't forget to subscribe. We are only 2 from 1,700. So just please subscribe to our channel to push us over that bar. I appreciate you guys all the support. We should be talking about Ganacho's winner. Star is Born, scoring the last minute. The funny thing was in 2007, Ronaldo scored a last minute goal against Fulham at Craven Cottage at that same end of the goal of the ground. Isn't that fantastic? Wow. And so it's funny, but so he's talked about Rooney criticizing him when Rooney has been critical of him, and when Rooney sometimes you have to like you didn't criticize Maguire when Maguire was so bad, but you're able to criticize Ronaldo. I think there's a bias and jealousy there that I can see. But the Eric Ten Hag criticism saying the manager does not respect this or he does not respect the manager, I think that crosses the line because he is the manager currently for United and you are a player under this club. I don't think. I think this contract is done. I think they'll be terminating the contract this week. I think he's done. I don't think he's coming back to United after the World Cup. He's done. There's no way back here. I think this is separate ways. It's over. Whew. But we will keep you posted with more information because it will be there's more. We will decipher more, and break it into more and more bits. So the club did not support him. They didn't show any empathy. They wanted him on the tour because they want to make money. The club has not improved. Eric Ten Hag does not respect it, so it doesn't respect Ten Hag. They've made him the black sheep. They wanted there's some people who in the club who want him out of the club, and some hierarchies want him, who are senior in the club, want him out. They even wanted him out last season. It's a shame. Um, the club has not changed. He said the size of this club should be challenging. They should be on top of the tree, challenging City, but they are nowhere close. He said even Arsenal. Now that takes the cake against. Ooh, that hurt me when he mentioned the Arsenal part. That knocked me back. That really did knock me back. Uh, So I don't know what you guys think. Oh, it's midnight out here in the US, so it should be early morning in the UK. I mean, the papers are covering the Sun, the Mirror, and a lot of media are going to talk bad against Ronaldo. They're going to tend to get out. Oh, you can't be, no player's bigger than the club. Don't forget, as Ferguson had issues with Beckham, got rid of Beckham. Had issues with Keane, got rid of Keane. Had issues with Nistelrooy, got rid of Nistelrooy. Had issues with Japstam, got rid of Japstam. No player's bigger than the club. But in this case, there are some truths. The club has gone backwards. It has not improved since Alex Ferguson days. Facilities are stuck in the old days. I mean, old jacuzzi also it's a mess. It's a mess. The stadium's falling apart. It's a mess. It's just not good enough. So, but the only part of this whole thing is him saying the current United manager doesn't respect him. He doesn't respect the manager. So either Ten Hag, so we can now come to the conclusion he wasn't sick. I need to correct a lot of fans here. This interview wasn't done today. This interview was done a few weeks back, or a week ago, 2 weeks ago. They were just going to release it today. But what I'm going to let you guys know, this was when he said the truth will come out. Remember, he said that the truth will come out because he's been made the black sheep for everything United have gone wrong. They blame him because they want him out of the club. But we will keep you posted with more information about this Ronaldo and United. But as it stands, Ronaldo nil, Man United nil. It's all over. It's done. It's absolutely done. There's no way back for Ronaldo. I think he knows he's not coming back. I think he knows. I think it's over. Piers Morgan is championing it on. He said, this is exclusive. This is serious business. He said it's done. He said it's done here. And you're going to have the media who are going to criticize him, saying Ronaldo has no right to be talking about the club like this. You will hear it all. You're going to have the ex-pundits, Gary Neville, Jamie Carragher, Graham Souness. They're going to be on TalkSport. They're going to be on Sky Sports. We should be talking about Garnacho. A star is born. But we're talking about Ronaldo and United. Just end it and let's all move on. We wish him a best World Cup. Ronaldo is my favorite number 7 United player, one of my favorite players of all time. But as it stands, Eric Ten Hag is the manager. Let him do what he needs to do with the club and take us forward. But from what he said is the truth. All the other stuff he said is I agree with it. But the one of I don't respect him, he doesn't respect me. I don't think that's cool. I think that takes the cake there. As for when Rooney, you can see the jealousy and bias in that one. The being they're trying to get rid of him. It's sad, but it is what it is. I'll see you guys on the next one. Oof. This is serious. This really is. It's it's difficult and hard to decipher, and it's hard to criticize. You can criticize it, but you have to understand it. There's so many parts. There's the Eric Ten Hag part. There's the Glazer part. There's the United part. There's the Rooney part. There's the no empathy from the club part. There's the trying to paint him as the black sheep. There's the trying to get rid of him. So there are so many parts. It's a wheel with so many moving parts, and each part links to the next one, to the next one, the next one. But the Glazer out must use this. They need to change ownership. He even said this club cannot compete with Man City or Liverpool. This size, they should be, and even Arsenal now, and that says a lot. Even Arsenal now that takes the cake, mate. But tomorrow you're gonna hear Souness, Carragher, Neville. How dare he talk about the club? Roy Keane said he got fired. It is what it is. This contract's done. He ain't playing back for United again. It's over. It's done. But we will keep you posted. There's more. This is going to be our part 1. Part 2 coming tomorrow. I'll see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'm Tim Russell, your host. Ronaldo and United have gone separate ways.